we're gonna go ahead and get started then.
Yes.
So, do either of you guys have any aches or sorenesses that I should be aware of?
I mean, besides, my back on both sides, besides like my lower back still is kind
Mm.
of jacked up. I don't know what it is. But
Yeah, you gotta get that taken care of.
yeah, I maybe I've been sleeping. I have a my mom says my bed is really hard, so I don't know if that's actually true.
I don't know.
It doesn't feel hard when I sleep on it. It doesn't feel hard.
Yeah, well, the
Um,
only way to know is to sleep on a different mattress and see if it helps.
Yeah, well,
All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So you're gonna be working out in standing, starting in standing. If you're working out in sitting, start in sitting. And let's meet you guys. And let's get to it. Let's start by focusing in on our belly breathing. So you're going to put one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And as you inhale, your belly will rise before your chest. And then when you exhale, everything will come down as one. Continue with that steady breath. Pay attention to what it feels like. Slowly, it should become a little bit more easeful, more automatic. Remember what this feels like and to keep coming back to the belly breathing during our rest breaks and also while we're exercising today. This will help to optimize the oxygenation of your blood and keep you better energized throughout the workout. So let's start by gently tilting your head side to side, and a little stretch of your head and neck. Easy breathing. Going from one side to the other. All right, next we're going to do some neck rolls. Roll your head around from one shoulder to the other. Work on stretching out all sides of your neck. Right now, I'm rolling my head clockwise. Actually, no, I take that back. I'm rolling it counterclockwise. And then reverse your neck roll. So if you're going counterclockwise, now you're going clockwise, and vice versa. Easy breathing. All right. And then next, we're going to work on some shoulder shrugs. Bring your shoulders up towards your ear from the front. And then roll your shoulder blades back, pinch them together, slide your shoulder blades down your rib cage to the bottom, roll them back to the front, slide them up to your ear, pin them back together, and slide them back down. Continue with that shoulder shrug. Rolling your shoulders around in this circular motion. Still coming back to that belly breath. Take one more. And then reverse the shoulder roll. Squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back, pin them together, and then slide your shoulder blades up your rib cage towards your ears, and then roll them to the front and slide them down your chest. Roll them back, pin together, slide up your rib cage towards your ear, roll to the front, and back to the front. Continue with that circular motion. There we go. Take a couple more reps like this. All right. Let's add in some arm and hip motions. So we're gonna reach our arms down to the floor, bring them up the front, splay your fingers wide, and then bring them back down the sides. as your hands are coming towards the bottom, you are hinging forward if you're in a chair, or you're in a squat if you're standing. And then from there you stand up, hinge up, bring your arms up overhead, splay those fingers, bring them down the sides, take up as much space as you can. As your arms come down your sides, you're just going to squat down or hinge down, and then come back up. Continue with these big circular motions. Good, reverse your arm motion. So now as you come up, your arms come up the sides and then down the front. As you're at the bottom, you're hinging, you're squatting down. Stand up, hinge up, arms come to the sides. Hinge down, sit down, as your arms come down to the ground. Good, take a couple more reps of this. Good, all right. Next, for our standing athletes, we're gonna do some leg swings. You stand on one leg, swing your one leg back and forth. So right now I'm swinging my right leg. You can use some hand support. So I got my left hand on a sturdy table, swinging my right leg back and forth. Good. For our seated athletes, you're going to be doing some arm swings in your chair. Reach your left arm forward and your right arm back. Reach through your fingertips as far as you can, stretch it out, and then switch them. Reaching through your right hand as far as you can through your fingertips, and reaching through your left hand behind you through your fingertips, and then flow between those two positions. Take up as much space as you can. For our standing athletes who have been doing the leg swings, switch sides. Working on opening up now the left hip. If you feel like you got good balance, you can take your hand off the sturdy surface and swing just standing on the one leg. Working on opening up your hip flexors and stretching out your hamstrings. Good. All right. And then next, we're going to go into a side-to-side reach for our seated athletes. Swinging your arms side to side horizontally. Get a little stretch through your shoulders and through your thoracic spine. For our standing athletes, you're going to swing your legs side to side now. So now I'm swinging my right leg out to my side and then across my body. If you're staying on one leg, your arms go opposite of your swing leg. If you need some hand support, you can put them up on a table as you swing your legs side to side. Try to keep your torso upright as best as you can. Work on getting that stretch in your hip. Good, keep it going. For those of us doing the arm swing side to side, keep going. For those of us doing the leg swing, switch sides now. There we go. Keep it going, keep moving. All right, next we're gonna do some side reaches. So we're gonna start seated or standing in a crouch, and then with your arms in front of you, and then you're gonna reach out to your side, overhead, as far as you can, splay your fingers, come back into the crouch, and then reach out to the other side as far as you can, splay your fingers, and keep coming back to the crouch, going side to side. So if you're in a chair, you hinge forward in the crouch, and if you're standing, you squat down in the crouch, and then reach out to the side. Take up that space, splay your fingers, keep breathing. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're finishing up with some jumping jacks. Hop in place, arms come apart, overhead to the sides, up and down, and then your feet hop apart and then together. If you're not doing the hopping part, arms are coming up and overhead to the side and quickly back down. Seated or standing. There we go. Keep it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it up to the split jacks. Arms come across your body and then open up. Make sure you're alternating the top arm. Your feet are hopping back and forth in the split stance. Alternate the front leg as you're hopping. If you're not doing the hopping segment here, you're just doing the back steppers, reach your arms quickly across your body, and then open up into a stretch for your pecs. Alternate that top arm. There you go. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Good. So you guys should be warmed up at this point. Whose heart rate is up? Mine is. All right. So let's get to it, you guys. We're going to go into our practice round with our 5 exercises. All right. So first up is going to be the 4-1-1 high pull, followed by bear crawls or plank walkouts. We're going to cover those for our seated athletes. We're going to do a 4-1-1 push up and over. We're going to follow that up with a rotation plank. All right, sorry, I skipped the lunge part. All right, so after the bear crawls and plank walkouts, we're doing a 4-1-1 push up and over for our seated athletes, and then we're doing lunges for our standing athletes. We're going to follow that up with a rotation plank, and finishing up with a 4-1-1 single arm overhead press. And I'm going to wrap up our workout with a stretch. All right, any questions on that? All right, so let's get to the practice round. We're going to start with the 4-1-1 high pull. Change the view here. And then let's put that on mute. So this is where you're going to need some weights or a backpack. So here I have my backpack. I have it loaded up with some books to make it a moderate to heavy weight. Make sure you have the straps of your backpack fully cinched down so that you minimize play in your shoulder straps if you're using a backpack. And then what we're going to do here is the high pull for our standing athletes. Start with the weight on the ground, hinge forward just a little bit in your hips, keeping your spine in neutral at all times. And from here, you're going to use your legs to initiate the movement, and then you're going to bring the bag up high to your face, and then back down. As quickly and as cleanly as you can. For our seated athletes, you're going to do something very similar. This is basically the face pull that we did on Wednesday. But now we're trying to do it. Oh, shoot, I forgot. We're doing a 4-1 tempo. I'm tired. So pop it up, pause at the top, and then lower down in 4 seconds. So 2 breaths in and out. So pop it up, exhale or inhale. Come down, inhale, exhale up. And then lower down in 4. And then do the isometric for 1 second, come up in 1 second. Seated athletes, you're gonna pop the weight up, lower it down in 4. Pause for a second. Inhale, exhale up. There we go. So that's the motion, that's the tempo. All right, any questions on the 4-1-1 high pull? Good? All right, let's keep going. Next up is going to be the bear crawl or the plank walkout for our seated athletes. All right. I think I see more seated athletes in here today. So for the plank walkout, this is one where if you feel comfortable transferring down to the ground, you can transfer to the ground. If not, you can also perform this in a chair. I'll show that variation in just a second. So in the plank walkout, you'll take whatever version of the plank you can, whether it be a full plank, probably not for most of you, knee plank, or a hip plank. And from whatever position you choose, you're now going to walk your hands as far as you can while maintaining control, and then walk them back. And that's the plank walkout. For our seated athletes who want to stay in the chair today, you're going to roll up to an elevated surface. And then from here, you're going to get close to the surface and then walk your hands forward as far as you can, staying under control. And make sure it's just your fingers and your palm of the hand touching the surface. Don't let your upper arms touch the surface. Don't let your chest touch the surface. Make sure you're balanced as best as you can. This will light up your core as you're walking out and then back in. Make sure you stay under control. Don't fall out of your chair. All right. And then for our standing athletes, you're going to come down to the ground and work a bear crawl. So the very simplest bear crawl is going to be on hands and knees, walking forward under control. Take a step forward, moving your right hand forward, your left leg forward, and then take another step forward, move your left hand forward and your right leg forward. And then we're going to go in reverse. You're going to bring your left hand back, right leg back, right hand back, left leg back. And then going back and forth. Opposite arm and leg as you crawl forward and back. And then if you need a little bit more stimulus, make this harder by taking your knees off the ground. Keep your spine flat here. Avoid popping your butt up in the air. And then from here, crawling forward, moving opposite arm and leg, stepping forward with my right hand and left foot. And then left foot, right foot. Left foot, right foot, going back. And then right foot, right hand, left foot, going back. Going back and forth. All right. Any questions on the plank walkouts or the bear crawls? Good on those. Let's keep moving then. We haven't done these in a while, so it's good to come back to them. Next is the 4-1-1 lunge or the push-up and over. So for the 4-1-1 lunge, you're going to lower down in 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for a second, and then stand back up, and then alternate legs. Going back, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for a second, and then come back up. So you're gonna lower down with two full breaths. Inhale at the bottom, exhale up. If you need some balance support, you can put your hands on a table. And come on, work that balance. Now, if you feel like you can handle something more intense, take a backpack with some heavy books in it, and then perform the lunge this way. And alternate the legs. All right. If you need a little bit of safety on this one, you can always put a chair behind you, and then lunge back into the chair. Pause, and then back up. All right. For our seated athletes doing the push-up and over, if you're on the ground, we're gonna take your backpack or a bolster, something that's elevated, and we're gonna perform the push-up and over. So we're gonna position this in front of you, and then from here, you're gonna start at the bottom with your chest on the ground, one hand on the bag or the bolster, one hand on the ground, push up. Take your hand that's on the ground, put it on the bolster or the bag, and then bring the other hand down to the ground, lower down, and then back up. Both hands on the bag, one hand down, lower down. So right now I'm off to my right hand's on the ground, left hand's on the bag. I just did my push-up, both hands on the bag, coming to my left hand's on the ground, lower down, press up, left hand back on the bag. Working side to side. Take whatever version of the push-up you need to, whether that be a full push-up from your hands and feet, a knee push-up, a hip push-up, or a bolstered push-up with a bolster underneath your torso. All right. For our seated athletes, we're going to stay in the chair. You take your bag, put it on an elevated surface, so this table here, roll up to the table, and then you're gonna have your left hand on the bag, right hand on the table, lower down to the right, push up, bring your right hand onto the bag, left hand down onto the table, lower down to the left, push up, left hand back on the bag, going back and forth. All right. Good. Any questions on those? Good. All right. Let's keep moving. Next up is the rotation plank. For the rotation plank, those of us on the ground or feel comfortable down to the ground, you can start with we're starting with the full plank variation. So I'm on my forearms and on my feet, and then I'm gonna start by shifting my weight over to my left forearm, engaging through my core tightly. Then I'm gonna lift my right arm up, and I'm gonna rotate, pointing my right fingers towards the ceiling, and then lower back down, putting my right hand back on the floor, and then I'm gonna shift over to the other side. So I'm putting my weight on my right forearm, unloading my left arm, and then pointing my left fingers up at the ceiling, getting that twist, and lowering back down. Key thing is to avoid popping your hips up or shifting. You want to keep your spine in midline as best you can. So we have the full plank version, we have a knee plank version, we have a hip plank version. If you're doing the hip plank version, it's really important that you stay engaged through your forearm. Don't let yourself sag through your shoulder blades. Push up as hard as you can, keeping yourself off the floor. All right, and you can make this easier by putting a bolster underneath it as well and adjusting the location of the bolster. For our athletes who maybe don't feel comfortable getting down onto the ground, you can do this up against a wall or a table, working the rotation plank this way. And then for our seated athletes who want to stay in the chair for today, again, you're going to be rolled up to your elevated surface. Lean forward so you're getting to the edge of your base of support just before you lose balance. Engage through both your forearms on the table. And then shift your weight over onto your left. Rotate your right hand up towards the ceiling. And then lower back down. Shift your weight over to your right forearm. And then rotate your left hand up towards the ceiling. And going back and forth. All right. How's that? Good. Last exercise is the 4-1-1 single arm overhead press. And from here, we're going to take our bag, start in a front rack position, and this is the same seated or standing. Elbow forward, push that weight up overhead, lower down in 4 seconds. So 2 inhales, 2 exhales. Pause, inhale, exhale up. Work that tempo and do both. We're going to switch after 30 seconds. All right. Do we have a good weight for that? All right, so let's get to it. We're going to get started with the circuit, starting with the high pulls. Let me pull up my stopwatch. All right, stopwatch. And let's get started with those 4-1-1 high pulls in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so work on popping that weight up, pause at the top, lower down in 4 seconds. Pop it up, lower down in 4 seconds. Inhale at the bottom, exhale up, lower down 4. Do the same thing, seated, continue forward, pop it up. Inhale at the bottom, exhale up. There we go. Keep it going, keep breathing. We got about 15 seconds left, so maybe 2 more full reps in there. Work that breath pattern. Control the movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next are going to be the plank walkouts or the bear crawl, whichever version you're going to be doing today. So if you're transferring onto the ground, get down to your position, and then let's get to it. Working your plank walkouts. Or your bear crawls. Whether you're doing this on hands and knees or knees off the ground, keep your back flat. Keep it going. Keep breathing. If you need to take a break, shake things out a little bit, you certainly can. And then once you feel ready, get back into it. That's it. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next is the 4-1-1 lunge or the push-up and over. I just realized I showed this wrong for those of you doing a push-up and over. So make sure you get that tempo. 4 seconds on the lowering, 1 second pause at the bottom, and 1 second up. So you're doing the push-up and over. We're lowering down in 4 seconds, 2 full breaths. Inhale, bottom, push up. Both feet on the bolster. Shift sides, lower down in 4 seconds, 2 breaths. Inhale, pause. Exhale up. Working side to side. Keep it going. Keep breathing. If you're doing those lunges, you're alternating sides, working that 4-1-1 tempo. Good. Get one more rep in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Let's work those rotation planks. Whether you're doing these on the floor or in the chair, stay engaged through your forearms. Keep yourself pressed off whatever surface you're on. Rotate up and then back down. Work on a smooth, controlled motion. Keep going. Keep breathing. That's it. Whatever version you're doing, whether you're in a full plank, knee plank, hip plank. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Good work. 10 seconds left. Get at least one more full rep in on each side. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next is a 4-1-1 single arm overhead press. Grab your weights. Hold the weight in one hand. Then press that weight over your head. Lower down in 4 seconds. Inhale, pause. Exhale up. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. And press up. Lower down in 2 breaths. Inhale, pause. Exhale up. That's it. Keep it going. Work that control. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Take a rest break. We're gonna rest for 1 minute here. Come back to that belly breathing that we talked about at the beginning that we were practicing. How are we doing, you guys? Does anyone need any modifications to the workout or more time with transfers?
That the last one, the what was it? The when you're rotating,
Yeah.
it's kind of putting pressure on my lower back. I don't know if that's
Yeah. So what you can do in place of that is, are you doing the planks on the ground or in a chair?
I'm doing it on the ground.
Ground. So what you can do instead is take out the rotation part. Take
Okay.
plank variation.
Mm-hmm.
Work on reaching one arm out, up,
Okay.
bring it back in. Reach the other arm up and out, and back in. So you're not adding in the twists.
Yeah. I think, yeah, and I also think that's what did it too, which tweaked my back. That's what I think did it,
All
was
right.
that rotation.
Yeah, just don't do the twist, and that should feel okay.
Thank you for that.
All right. Let's get to our second round here. Let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Work those 4-1-1 high pulls. Pop that weight up to your chin. Lower down in 4 seconds. Take an inhale at the bottom to hold, and then exhale up. Work that breath. Keep working that tempo. Keep moving. Good job, you guys. Smooth breaths, easy motion. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, we're going to work the walkouts or the bear crawls, whatever version you're doing. Walking your hands out as far as you can for those walkouts under control. Then walk your hands back in. Doing those bear crawls. If you have that option available to you. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Whether you're doing the bear crawls on your knees or on your toes. Keep your back flat. Avoid popping your butt up in the air. Keep breathing. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. 4-1-1 lunges or push up and overs. All right. If you're doing the lunges, you're lowering down in 4 seconds. Inhale the bottom, exhale up. Switch legs, lower down 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale up. That's it. Keep going. For those of us doing the push-up and overs, lowering down in 4 seconds. Pause, inhale, exhale up, switch sides. Keep it going, keep breathing. Work the variation that works for you. Stay smooth, keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next are the rotation planks. And Ian, remember, we're cutting out the rotation for you. So if you're doing the rotation planks, you're shifting your weight to your one arm, rotate the other arm up towards the ceiling, and then back down. Stay as stable as you can. Ian, you're just going to be reaching one arm out to the side, lift it off the ground, and then back in. Then alternate the reach to the side and lift, going side to side. Keep breathing. That's it. Steady movements, steady breathing. That's it. Good job, you guys. Get a few more reps in, side to side. Excellent. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next is a 4-1-1 single arm overhead press. Grab your weights, start in that front rack position, and push that weight up over your head. Lower down in 4 seconds. Inhale, exhale up. That's it. Good. Steady motion, steady breathing. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. That's it. Keep it up. Get 1 or 2 more reps in. Woo. I think it hurt today. Keep going. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Take a breather. All right.
Hey Brent, I'm doing the bear crawls and like to the knees. And would you want us to go all the way down to like a push-up position, or like how far down?
Oh, so you mean the walkouts?
Yeah, walkouts.
Yeah. If you can go all the way to the ground, do it.
Okay.
That's pretty impressive. Keep doing that.
All right.
Yeah. Good. And then Ian, how are those the plank variations? Good? All right, solid. Yeah, you guys are working hard. I like it. Keep it up. We got a few more seconds here to rest. Take a few more nice inhales and exhales through your belly. And let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's work those high pulls. So pop that weight up, pause, lower down in 4 seconds. Inhale at the bottom, pop it up. And lower back down in 4. Work that steady motion, steady breathing. That's it. Keep going. We're halfway into it. Get a few more reps in. There we go. 15 seconds left, so maybe 2 reps left. Work smooth, controlled motion. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Work those walkouts or the bear crawls. Parker, I am impressed that you're doing these walkouts all the way to the ground. That's pretty awesome. That requires some good core activation. Good. If you're doing bear crawls, work it on your knees or on your toes. Keep your back flat. Avoid popping your hips up into the air. Keep breathing. Work that steady motion. This is a full body movement, and your core should be screaming at you. Good. Keep it up. Keep going. 15 seconds left. Get a few more reps in. Steady motion now. I don't want herky-jerky. I want controlled, smooth movements. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, 4-1-1 lunges or push-ups and overs. Working whatever version you're doing. Whether it be the lunge, lowering down at 4, pause for 1, up in 1, alternating legs. That's it. Keep going. If you're doing those push-ups and overs, same tempo. Lower down in 4. Pause, inhale. Exhale up. And alternate sides. Keep it up. Keep going. If you're doing those push-ups, try to make sure you keep your elbows in. Don't let them flare out a lot. Try to make sure that you're not flaring past 45 degrees from your body. Get a few more reps in, or 1 more rep in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next are the rotation planks. All right. Working these in the chair or on the floor, whichever version is working for you. Whether you're doing a full rotation or a full plank variation from your forearms and your feet, a knee variation, so on your forearms and knees, or a hip variation on your forearms and with your hips resting on the ground. Stay engaged to your forearms the entire time. Rotating up, side to side. Make sure you stay engaged. Don't get sloppy. Make sure you're actually working your shoulder muscles to engage you and rotate you around. Don't just hang off your tendons. That's it. 10 seconds left. Get a few more reps in, side to side. Keep breathing now. Don't hold your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4-1-1 single arm overhead presses. All right. So this one, you can potentially do them from the ground and long sit. Keep it up. Keep going. That's it. Work it 1 more rep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Keep it up. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Almost there, you guys. 1 or 2 more reps in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right, put the weights down, take a break. One more breather. One more round after this. All right. Who feels like $1 million right now?
I feel very tired, but in a good way.
Not $1 million. All right, that's okay. Catch your breath. Breathe it out. Notice how your muscles are feeling. You might not necessarily be sweating a lot, but you should notice that you're working hard to work that tempo and move under that control. All right. Catch a few more breaths in and out. Get one more swig of water. We're going to get started in about 15 seconds here. Kevin's still sweating anyways. All right,
Nice.
I'll take it. All right, let's get to it, guys. Let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Let's get to it, you guys. Work those high pulls.
Final round. Finish them.
That's it, Ian. Yeah, let's finish this. All right, work that tempo. Pop that weight up. Lower it back down in 2 full breaths. Keep it going, keep breathing. Work that steady tempo, steady rhythm, work that control. All right, now we got 10 seconds left. Get one more rep in. Work that breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, our walkouts and bear crawls. Chest are down to the ground. I think all of us are doing this on the ground today. That's awesome. Stepping forward, opposite hand and foot. Stepping back, opposite arm and foot. Work that smooth, controlled motion. Remember, flat back for these bear crawls. I want you moving completely under control. Try to avoid moving in an erratic manner. Make sure that you are in control. Ideally, you should be able to pause and start at any moment. Good, keep it up, keep moving. 15 seconds left, get a few more reps in, walk it out, step it forward, step it back, walk it back. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Push up and over or lunges with a 4-1-1 tempo. Work that inhale at the bottom, get that little pause. Make sure you're alternating sides. And if you're doing a push-up variation, make sure you don't let your elbow flare out past 45 degrees. Keep it closer in. That's going to optimize your shoulder mechanics and make your tricep work a lot harder. Keep it going. Keep breathing, whether you're doing push-ups or the lunges. Keep it going. One more repetition. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Work those rotation planks. Take whatever version you need to. Keep your hips down as best as you can. If you're doing the hip version, your hips are already down, so just make sure you're keeping your shoulders well engaged. Keep it going. Again, whatever variation you need to. If you need to take a regression, that's totally fine. Wherever you need to be for this last round here, make sure you move well. Moving well is always a prerequisite to moving a lot. Keep going. Keep breathing. Good. 15 seconds left. Get a few more reps in each side. Steady rhythm, steady motion. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Transition to the single arm overhead press. For those who are seated athletes on the ground, you can just transition to a long sit. Press up overhead, lower down in 4. Inhale, pause. Exhale up. That's it. Switch sides. All righty. And switch it over and get to it. That's it. Keep going. Smooth motion, under control, almost there. We got 10 seconds left. Get one more rep in. Smooth, clean motion. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Good job, you guys. That is the end of our circuit. Breathe it out for a minute. And then we'll get to our stretching session. All right. How are people feeling at the moment? Good? All right. Catch your breath. We'll get to it in about 30 seconds here. I see people hydrating. Good. Staying hydrated is good for you. All right. How was that? Good work? Worked everything in your body? Excellent. So let's get to our stretching session here. So for our stretch session, you can perform this sitting in a chair, in long sit on the ground, or start in quadruped on hands and knees. Whatever position works best for you. So we're going to start with a cat-cow. Working on arching your spine up towards the ceiling, looking at your hips, and then reversing this, arching your spine, belly comes down to the floor, looking up at the ceiling. So that's for quadruped. For long sit, hands on your knees, work on pushing your spine back behind you as far as you can, look down into your lap, and then reverse it. Try to push your belly as far forward as you can, look up at the ceiling, and then wiggle back and forth. If you chose to do this in a chair, you're in your seated position, hands on your knees. You're going to arch your spine back behind you towards your backrest, look down into your lap, and then reverse it, pushing your belly forward, looking up at the ceiling, rolling your shoulders back. Rocking back and forth. Good. Take a couple more passes there. For our athletes who are working your legs today, we're going to do some knee hugs on the ground. Pull your knee to your chest. And gently wiggle back and forth. Pulling your knee to your chest, letting go, and then bring it back. So I'm pulling my right knee to my chest. For our seated athletes who are working more of your upper body, you're going to reach your right arm across your body. Take your left hand, grab your right elbow, and then gently pull your right arm across your body. I got a phone call coming in apparently. And gently add that little tug, a little light stretch. There we go. And then if you're stretching your glutes, your hips, switch legs with that knee hug. And if you're doing the posterior cuff stretch, switch arms. So now I'm reaching my left arm across my body, grabbing hold of my left elbow with my right hand, and gently pulling across my body. If you're doing the knee hugs, I was initially pulling with my right knee. Now I'm pulling with my left knee to my chest. Get that gentle stretch. That's it. Good. And then next we're going to do a tricep bicep flow. So sitting or in standing or in a chair, reach your arm behind your head, get that tricep stretch, maybe add a little overpressure with the other arm. Reach the arm behind you and flow back and forth. Keep going. Keep breathing. Steady motion. Yeah. And switch sides. So if you're working your right arm, now you're going to work your left arm. That's it. Keep that easy motion. Good. And then we're going to finish up with a hip flexor stretch and a cactus pose stretch. So, cactus pose for our seated athletes. Start with your elbows bent at 90 degrees. Touch your palms and elbows together in the front. This is our closed position. Open up into a cactus position. So your arms come out to your side. Keep your elbows bent at 90 degrees. Your fingers should point up at the ceiling. This is the cactus pose. You should feel a stretch in your pecs and a squeeze in your upper back. Inhale into the cactus pose. Exhale, reach your hands up. Touch your thumbs together. Exhale there. Inhale back to cactus. Exhale, close. Inhale, cactus. Exhale up. Inhale, cactus. For our standing athletes, you can be doing this cactus pose stretch while also doing a hip flexor stretch. So come up into a half kneel position. You're going to have your left leg down on the ground, your right leg is up. You're going to be stretching the hip flexors in the left side and then perform that cactus pose stretch. Switch the legs for the hip flexor stretch. Continue with the cactus pose stretch. Good. All right. Let's finish up with Shavasana. This is why you all showed up on a Friday. Lie down on your back. Arms by your side. Feet on, legs on the ground, apart. Take some easy belly breaths. Allow your belly to rise and fall. And then close your eyes. And as you continue to breathe here, allow your hands and your feet to become soft and heavy at the same time. Let them sink into the ground. And then bring that attention to your elbows and your knees. Let those sink into the ground. And then that attention will come further up the chain to your hips and your shoulders. Let those follow your knees and your elbows sinking into the ground. And then allow the rest of your spine to sink into the ground, following your limbs. Allow your sacrum, your pelvis, your low back, your upper back, your neck, and your head to sink into the ground like they were in quicksand. And then allow yourself to bring out some attention back to your fingers and your toes. Start to wiggle them around. Roll your wrists and your ankles in little circles, alternating the direction. Start to bend your elbows and your knees. And then rotate and move through your shoulders and your hips. And allow that whole body back motion, that squirming and twisting to go into your spine. Rolling from one shoulder to the other, from one hip to the other. Turn your head from one side to the other, maybe arching and flexing your spine. And then sit on up. All right. All right, who fell asleep? Almost.
I always do. I always do. It's like so relaxing. I need that after like a week of stress.
Yes. So doing stuff like this is a form of meditation, and it does wonders to calm your mind. If you're feeling
yes, it does. I'm
stressed, or if you're feeling anxious, busy, tired, fatigued, it's a great way to wind your nervous system down and bring yourself back to a grounded, even state.
Where did you get this Bhassana from? I'm
The
curious
Shavasana?
now.
Yoga.
Where did you get it from? I'm curious.
Yoga pose.
A black yoga pose.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
you need to do more yoga.
Oh, yay, yoga. You're giving me homework now. How wonderful.
Yeah. All right. How was that workout? What was hard?
Lunges.
Yeah, lunges were hard, I bet, especially going on one leg, lowering for 4 seconds. All right.
For me, it was a rotation plank.
Yeah. Right up your core on that one.
Yeah.
Good.
I felt like the bear crawls were really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same.
All right. So all of it, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Good. And then what was fun?
The stretching and the Bhassana.
Uh-huh. I know you like the Shavasana. That's the best. Good. Well, you guys have a great weekend. Hopefully you can enjoy some sunshine. I know it's sunny up here in the Bay Area, so get outside.
Well, it's supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain, supposedly.
Well, then you got to get outside before it starts raining or start dancing in the rain. One of the two.
I don't need to go outside. I got my video games. I'm good. I don't need to go outside.
You like the outside.
Right.
I do, but yeah.
And have a good weekend. You'll have a
Alrighty.
good weekend, and I'll see you next week. Next week we'll be repeating these workouts, but the expectation is now try to handle heavier loads if you can.
Oh, brother.
Put an extra book in your backpack. Find an extra heavy weight. Put just a little bit harder.
Oh, man.
All right. See you guys next week. Get strong.
Thanks.
Later, Brent.
Thanks, Brent.